Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Sabbath peace. Shalom Laha Alahayim. Peace to the gods. Salaki. Now Wathan Kal Halalim La Yahweh Bahasham. Yahweh Shai Bahasham. Racha HaKodash, giving all praises to Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the heads and elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well, who have learned this 100% truth from, who are the true leaders of all Israel, Yasha Allah, today. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayath, the Water, the House of David, the predestined spirits of election scattered abroad, starting with the governing body in the kingdom to come. The 144,000, 12,000 men, prophets of each tribe of Israel, as well as the innumerable multitude scattered abroad, pursuant to Revelation 7, including the 1/3 here in Babylon the Great. Outside of the prophets consists of men, women, and children of a different office, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability, believing on the gospel. This is your brother Tasapanya, the Great Millstone, Washington, D.C. camp, out of One Rock to Zah, Lord willing, is digital epistles, spiritual commentaries, edifying to the elect. I had to get this one in, all right? This is from Michael Cohen, content creator. He usually go into finance, so it's kind of odd that he's going into more of a current event type of video. So he's going into a zero hedge article, and it's crazy because I think on Instagram, I seen the shorty. I think it's a girl. It could be a dude. We're going to get into because I haven't even watched this video, but I seen something regarding with it. So there's a leak from a former CIA, right? Warns that there's 1,000, you see it right there, all right, fighters in the U.S. for the next homeland crisis. I'll just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep my words intact. You know what I'm saying? So the apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Racha, Elder Apostle Orion Lab, all right, as well as the elder bishops of Connecticut, they've been saying, all right, that the next one is going to make 9/11 look like a walk in the park, man. All right. So what I seen on Instagram was this shorty like some months ago was like, yo, doing an interview, was like, yo, because of the border, the open borders, that they allowing people to come in. They don't know who is who, which is all Hegelian dialectic, because we know how this devil work, right? What is that? 2 Corinthians. Let's get that real quick. 2 Corinthians. Get a quick scripture. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 11, and it reads, lest Satan. Now, this Satan is talking about the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, because when you go into the word Satan in the Greek, since we're in the New Testament, it's Satanos, but it still means the same thing as Hebrew in Shaitan, which is adversary. Okay, it says should get an advantage of us. So, right, so we are in a spiritual warfare, and we're not the Bible is commanding us, you see what I'm saying, to not allow the adversary of the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father through his son Yahweh Shai, all right, to take an advantage. How are you not going to be taken advantage of? By knowing what's going on. You can't be no goofy dummy out here, man. You got a lot of that going on in Israel, and you know, amongst Jake. And yeah, Israel too, because you got people in the truth that all they talking about is, you know, black love and how, you know, like, you see, this is why the Lord dealing with prophets, man. You know, we did a class earlier today. It was a precept that stood out in Maccabees on how, I think it was going into the records of Simon, you know, the Hasmonean dynasty and all that. And they was like, yo, he's going to be the governor and the high priest until the Lord raises up a faithful prophet showing you that the prophet is a high office, man. Like Elder Pastor Hart did a video way back going into that the late great planet Earth. The prophet is God's man. You see? So we out here watchmen looking to see what this devil's going to do. Who's the devil that the Bible speaks of? Esau, Edom. All right. Who is Esau? The forefather of the nation of the Edomites. Who are the Edomites today? You so-called white people, the so-called white race, Caucasian race, whatever you want to call yourselves. We know who you are. All right. Because it's all fiction anyway. All right. A white person was the first time recorded in 1681 on paper. Like how other Apostle Ball said during the Bacon's Rebellion in Virginia, right here in Virginia where I'm at. You know, Elder Malcolm brought it out. But it says, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And his devices is creating these Islamic radical groups, all right, through CIA, you know, Mossad, so on and so forth, to be the antithesis to their thesis to bring about a synthesis or a problem reaction solution. All right. Just like how they created Hamas, they created Al-Qaeda, they created ISIS, ISIL, you know, so on and so forth, man. All right. To be the boogeyman. Okay. Which isn't hard to do because they created the whole religion of Islam anyway. Okay. Capitalizing on Ishmael's nature, which is what? A wild man, according to the book of Genesis. Right? So without further ado, I'm going to let this play, and we have to, and I just did a video earlier today, we have to be circumspect. I'm telling you, this ain't going to happen later on down 20, at least, I'll speak as a man, you feel me? I'm just a man. But from what I'm seeing, this first quarter and these next 3 months, you know, something going to pop. Something going to pop. They're going to hit the ground running when it comes to these psyops, man. So listen to what he got to say on here going into that article.
Without further ado, let's get into this article and let's listen to the interview. It gave me chills how accurately she predicted exactly what was going to happen.
See, when these former operatives predict, they're controlled opposition, bro. There's no predictions. They were given or seen documents seeing what the puppets of the elite is going to do, and then they whistleblow, right? And then they get excommunicado, like in John Wick, right? You know what I'm saying? You out of the organization because you told the secrets. But the scriptures say in Psalms, I might get that later, their tongue shall fall upon themselves. So whistleblowers is prophesied in the scriptures. You can't make this up. All right? The Bible, none shall want her mate. You cannot link the book up with no other book. Not no Quran. Like Elder Pastor said today in this video. Ain't no prophecies in the Quran. The 40 laws of Ma'at, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Popol Vuh, Emerald tablets. Nothing out there. All right? Period. Okay?
So look at this. Former CIA officer warns 1,000 Al-Qaeda fighters in the US for next homeland attack. And we all know what happened. If you've been, living underneath a rock for the last 24 hours, there was the attack.
And there's a lot, honestly, it's crazy because we're so in tune with this, current events. We be thinking that, like, once we see it, everybody knows about it. Man. People don't really understand how many people really imagine you going to somebody, just people got ran over by a truck. People died out there in New Orleans. Word? Oh. Say word. You're bullshit. Yo, I'm telling so it makes you to understand when Yahweh Shah said, well, Paul said it, right? That's the church of Thessalonica, that he gonna come as a thief in the night. It should not be a surprise. They're not watching. You know, they have no idea what's going on in the world, son.
In New Orleans, and now there was an attack in Las Vegas. And who knows? It's not at the end of the new year. We could still have more attacks happen. But we'll get into that footage in a moment of her predicting it to the T. But let's just go over this article. So, a recent discussion on the Sean Ryan show, which again is this.
Yep.
Go ahead and watch this.
Yup, this is it. I seen this on what's the name today. You know what I'm saying? So 1 million views. Let's listen. I'm gonna shut up. We had 10 minutes. I'm gonna shut up because we got about 10 minutes left.
2 weeks ago, okay, I'll go ahead and move myself here so you can see it. 2 weeks ago, she predicted, is the Pentagon ignoring the most dangerous threat of all? And look, a lot of people commenting 2 weeks ago, this should be number one on trending. Everyone in America needs to hear this. Imagine if they did hear this. Rogan needs to have her on. I'd rather hear Sean interview her, but more people need to be introduced. And look at this, someone commented 11 hours ago, because now a lot of people are coming back to this interview and says, literally watched this morning and walked into the living room afterwards and see the news in New Orleans. Another person commented, this is such a prophetic interview. Sadly, please invite her for a follow-up.
Look, and I just had to because I used the word prophetic. So somebody commented, such a prophetic interview, sadly, in quotations. When had it's humorous. To us, the true men of the Lord that we the true men that the Lord is dealing with, that we believe through faith, when prophecies is coming to pass, it's not a sad thing. The scriptures say, as cold waters unto a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country, in the book of Proverbs. I don't live in New Orleans. That's far. It'll take, probably 16, 17 hours to drive down there, something like that. You feel me? Are you hearing this on the news? You like, oh yeah, the Lord is visiting this place. You feel me? So you got people that have no understanding. This is why the scriptures say we have a sure more word of prophecy, because we really understand it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai, Basham Makakwadash, literally through the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Interview following the tragedy in New Orleans and now in Las Vegas. So again, absolutely insane. So the interview offers significant insights into what may be unfolding as Al-Qaeda sleeper cells could be activating in the wake of the New Orleans terrorist attack and a possible vehicle-borne improvised explosion device, that's VBIED, in the rear of a rented Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside Trump hotels in Las Vegas just hours later. And again, they were rented from the same company. So let's get into this interview where also Sean Ryan, if you don't know, he's a former Navy SEAL as well. He's very respected. He doesn't just post, fake news. He back checks everything they say. And we know it's not fake news. She predicted this exactly. So let's go ahead and bring this up here.
Listen
I'll
up.
move myself.
If you haven't seen
I'll move this so you guys can see.
Listen up.
I just want to clarify. You are 100% certain that there are 1,000 plus Al-Qaeda trained fighters within the United States borders?
Well, Al-Qaeda says they trained and deployed 1,000 for this attack. First off, I think there's more than 1,000
Again, for this attack, she called it exactly
Al-Qaeda members in the United States. But for the Homeland attack, that number is based on what Al-Qaeda is saying, so they could exaggerate it. However, they did have about 1,400 in the Hamas attack, so the number is not off.
So if you're looking at this Edomite, she looked bugged out. This Edomitis, she looked bugged out. If you could see her eyes, like, you feel me, like. And you gotta really understand if you are allowed to get into the CIA, NSA, Homeland Security, any of these alphabet, the government contract, you have to have a security clearance. You got to do this. You got to do that. You get it to a certain level. You got to be a part of a secret society. You got to pass certain psychological tests. They probably even, to a certain level, put you on a certain type of drug, this and that and the third, to see, like any other thing. Just like with this, you got to prove thy friend. They got to prove you as well. This is how you know the devil wants to be like the Most High. in order for you to get, you know what I'm saying, the spirit allowing the elders to accept you into a great millstone camp, they got to make sure that you good. You feel me? Spiritually speaking, you know? So on the left-hand side, these plate gotta, so what I'm saying is, you used to now work for them, now you exposing them secrets. You got to take the meat with the bones as well, but then you got to realize there's a lot of things that they either then seen or heard or whatever, and then you get results like this, which you're seeing on the screen. All right, and they're quick to body their own. Like, let's be real, they're Edomites. You feel me? They don't have no problem killing an Edomite. You see what I'm saying?
From what they did in the first round of attacks.
How old is this information?
I mean, it's ongoing. So the training's already done, right? So all the training info is now old because they.
So again, the training's already done. Should probably go ahead and turn this down here. It must be too loud for you guys. She said the training's already done. It's already undergoing. And again, she called it to the exactness. It did exactly happen. So let's scroll down. He tweeted here again. Let's go to his tweet. So CA, I'll go ahead and adjust this so you guys can see. CA targeted, we have not had a man walk up to a building in America. Well, I can't say that word here on YouTube. Sarah Adams outlines the enemy's plan for 2025 homeland attack. And again, I can't play this video because this will be...
So they're basically saying, okay, that if you're in a large area that seems to be a part of the American dream or patriotic, because when I seen the video, they said that, you know, ISIS is different than Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda likes to do, like, for instance, like New Year's. So that's why I said, like, if you worship in the image of the beast, which the image of the beast is what? The religious, the political views in the carbon copy of the ancient Roman Empire, that the paganism that it's involved with, the way this system works, basically the coming into this Novus Ordo Seclorum, this new order of the ages. Going to celebrate New Year's Eve in the streets in a drunken stupor is part of that. These Ishmaelites and anybody or whatever, you know, nationality they are, but they accepted that ideology. They know this, and then they know that they can have mass casualties by doing something on something that Babylonians, Egyptians, Americans would participate in, because they're like, oh, it's New Year's Eve. These niggas worship, you know, the god of Janus, whether they know it or not, and they congregate in mass on this. So we're going to go and do this at this time because this is a big thing in Babylon the Great. It's not a big thing nowhere else in the world. So this is why I'm saying, all right, if the crux of the matter is, which I'm going to get, we have to be circumspect. This precept is coming out more and more with me personally. You see, because the brothers over me, and I'm very in tune with order. The scriptures say, let all things be done in decency and order. So brothers that have been in congruent with the spirit, with the congregation that I believe is with Great Millstone, I hear and I meditate on what they say. And when the head said, yo, growth is a big thing of a talking point amongst the body of Hamashiach. So you growing in the spirit means you are going to be more disciplined in certain things that you do, man. Do you know the type of environment, if you live in America, what type of environment we about to see, bro? You understand what I'm saying? Like, whether it's a double F or it's real, and double F's people really died, but it was orchestrated. That's what a double F is. But the point is, if you in a situation, whether it be a mall or a concert or whatever, and then next thing you know, we not talking no 9mm shots. We talking assault rifle. We talking explosives. We talking Psalms 91, man. Right? You think the Lord had the psalmist to write down 1,000 at one side, 10,000 at another, just to throw the numbers out there? You understand what I'm saying? Like when I seen one of the videos, this girl, I don't know if she was screaming or not, but she's looking and dude is on the ground, puddle of blood, ran over from the truck in New Orleans, 3 a.m. She probably was just kissing him, drunk, screaming, rapping, dancing to some Megan Thee Stallion or something out there on Bourbon Street, right? Got ran over by a truck. Her boyfriend or whoever it was just sitting there dead, limbs broke, looking at son, and he's lifeless. Spirit just went into the spirit world. And then you look down the street and it's a line of dead bodies. 10 people. And then it went up because people now couldn't survive the injuries that they attained. Yo, man, come on, bro. Like, that's why, fear of the Lord, man. He is the king of terrors. I'm gonna get some scriptures. That's the main point of the video. We gotta get scriptures, but let's listen to more.
Heavily suppressed in the algorithm, but she details exactly what they're going to do, how they're training them to do these attacks where they're not coming here to fight, running away. They're going to fight to the death. Let's go ahead and read this. The terrorist attack on Bourbon Street, along with the postponement of the Sugar Bowl at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, suggests that something larger is unfolding. There's far too much of this happening when an attack on our homeland emanating from Afghanistan occurs. The resulting moral injury will be catastrophic. Those who serve deserve far better than this, she wrote hours before the attack on Tuesday night. That's exactly right. She predicted this. Meanwhile, General Mike Flynn, who served as National Security Advisor in the Trump administration, wrote, again, it is not what you call it in the end that matters. What matters is there was intelligence prior in some agency or department, and it wasn't acted upon. That's right. They have blood on their hands. Why are they doing this? Do they want chaos to happen? A failure of decision makers was not a failure of intelligence. Prevention is what we should shoot for, and that is what's hard for intelligent doers. That's the hard work of what intelligence does. If you don't follow it and hunt down every lead, then you end up in a reactive situation after the fact. This tragically is where we are for what should have been a very joyous occasion. That's exactly right. So he tweeted, I don't call it the T attack. This is what it is. That's right. We need to call it for what it is. It's an act of terror. And I'll play some of this clip here of where she predicts in detail what's going to happen.
We have not had a man walk up to a building with a suicide vest on the United States. Americans don't understand this. Al-Qaeda knows this, right?
I'll go ahead and turn it down here. It's very loud.
Right. So this is new and innovative, especially now. You don't have to walk outside of the building. You can walk in the building because of the advancement of the vest. The other thing is, in the United States, we haven't had Fideian attackers. So the concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly a suicide bomber, but he will fight till either all.
This is exactly what the truck driver did. He got out, ran over a bunch of people, then got out and started shooting police until their death.
All of us are dead, or all of his people are dead. We think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities.
Called it exactly. She said a swarm attack. There'll be multiple attacks.
I'm gonna play out a scenario. Imagine not even you wake up. You at the plantation running the rat race, or getting oppressed by Esau. That's the regular, right? It's the regular degular. You waiting for lunch. You like, yo, you starving Marvin. You ain't eat yet. It's like 10 o'clock, right? And then you get this eerie feeling like And you know, if you a watchman, you usually gonna get the notifications first or whatever. And then somebody else that usually be on their phone, let's say one of your overseers, like the supervisor, because you know you doing most of the work because you the under guy. These guys get to be on their phone and get paid twice as much as you. He got that look on his face like, yo, what the fuck going on? Next thing you know, he called all of the big people and they having a meeting. And the next thing you know, there's something weird happening on the floor. Like, yo, we gonna have an early day today, man. And everybody like, yo, what's going on? And the next thing you know, the room will go around in like 2 minutes. And then you check your phone and they're like, New York City, LA, Miami, Houston, Dallas, Denver, DC, Philly, Baltimore, Chicago, 50 people dead here, 100 people dead here, 20 people dead here. Yo, yo, son. Yo, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy out here. These are the type of times that we coming into, bro. So when the scriptures say perplexity, lack of resources, you know, but a great confusion and the beginning of sorrows, the sword shall increase, these type of things, martial law, because that would be the perfect excuse to bring about martial law. Man, we're going to know what's going to happen, what's going on. It might even be hard to hold in the somewhat excitement while everybody else is looking bugged out. Like, yo, we're being attacked. You know how Babylonians would look. America's being attacked in multiple cities. What's going on? While we over here, like, yo, can we go now so I could go do a video while I'm driving in my car and do a little bit more research and text the bros in the chat, like, and do a couple prayers and say and throw up some war curses on Babylon. That's what we coming to. And it's not gonna take no 5-10 years. That's the thing. They love America. These people, your family members, all these people, they want this place. They're stuck in a spiritual Stockholm syndrome, man. And they want it to continue. So you don't think there's going to be a clash eventually if people want it to continue, but yet we just got done throwing up curses during New Year's Eve of destruction upon this wicked ass fucking queendom? You know?
Across multiple cities.
I think there will be suicide bombers just because some of the attackers went through suicide bomber training and they have these vests. And then we think there's these Fideian attackers who will carry on until they're killed.
Just rephrase that. So these guys are trained and they are going to fight until they're killed.
Yes, and that matters, right? So I was watching this video and it was a suicide bombing in Kabul years ago. The bomber blew up and then everyone starts moving in. The first responders move in, right? And then another guy walks in and blows up. We know this is a tactic. But if Americans don't understand this as a tactic and don't understand these attackers are going to fight to the death, think about that. Battle's going on. The attacker surrenders. He might have the suicide vest.
And we all know if he surrenders, the police can't do anything. They have their protocols they have to follow.
You know, we let our guard down. That man came to die, right? He's going to fight till he dies or you die. So we can't let our guards down, and they know our weakness. So we have to be very careful that we don't have more people die in these second and third order effects of not knowing their intent.
So that's right. They'll bring everyone in and then they'll detonate. It's absolutely insane. So according to a federal source close to the counterterrorism community, some of the latest intelligence briefings have indicated that pre-trained Al-Qaeda terrorists have entered the US through the Biden-Harris administration open southern border. So that's exactly right, everyone. That's why I've been calling on. They need to close the border. They need to secure the border.
It's too
because
late,
now Americans are dead because
it's too late, you Edomite. It's too late. It is too late. Ain't no healing this place, man. They're doing it purposely. Duh. Let's go to Jeremiah, man. Chapter 51, verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. So are we supposed to physically flee? No. This is a spiritual warfare. You spiritually get out of it if you're a prophet, because we have to keep our posts, man. You know? So remember, Babylon means confusion. So you're supposed to flee out of the middle of confusion, which is in your mind, which is basically the worshiping of these other gods and doing what the world is doing. It says, be not cut off in her iniquity, right? Even though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. See, so what we're in, Akim, y'all know. So I'm preaching to the choir. But for new people, we are in the midst, the turning point of the Lord's vengeance, man. We are literally in the beginning of Jacob's struggle, bro. I mean, think about this shit, you know? What do you think is going to happen when they really lock down, and who's going to get the brunt end of the butt of an AK when you got mad police military men? And you know Jake get pulled over by police. Hey, why the fuck you pull me over? Nah, what you need my license and registration, right? So they don't have no emotional intelligence. So how you think they're going to act when during martial law? The Constitution is null and void. There is none. Everything is under the military. You show any type of non-compliance. Pow, pow. Oh shit. Yo, they killing motherfuckers out here. Yeah. Yeah. This is why we saying, if you don't have Yahweh Shah on your side, it's a wrap. It's slow for you, bro. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So this is the recompense for everything that America, Babylon, has done. Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. Drunken with what? These philosophies. Allowing Americanization in the way that Babylon does things on a mental and spiritual level, even a physical level, everywhere else. So now you can get McDonald's everywhere. You could see transgenders everywhere. So you know, Lord willing, they don't take this down. Lord willing. Lord willing. Y'all should go shop. It says the nations have drunken of her wine. Wine is symbolic for philosophies. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Yeah, that is going to be suddenly fallen. Look, the watch at the chime on that is midnight where we at right now. And it's gonna go out. That's spiritual. Because you got the doomsday clock, and when the clock hit midnight, what happened? That means nuclear holocaust. So I just read Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon is suddenly falling. And how is it going to suddenly fall? By the missiles, man. Hey, man, call Lord Yahweh should be a shot. And destroy. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so that she may be healed. So yeah, there's nothing you can do, especially when these missiles drop. And before the missiles drop, the chip got to get pushed. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. And our country, all right, is Israel, the Commonwealth of Israel. You see, we're surnaming ourselves by the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, as it says in the book of Isaiah. You know, we was Gentiles, and now because of Yahweh Shah's sacrifice, he broke down the wall of partition, all right? And we are now, you know, grafted back in, as we didn't know who we were, being Israelite foreigners, you know what I'm saying, Gentile minded. And now we know who we are because we remember ourselves in this Babylonian captivity, pursuant to Baruch, right? It says, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies, right? So this place is through, man.
They did not do it because they want to be woke, because they don't want to be seen as racist, because they think they just go to the extreme. Yes, we should allow people to migrate to the US, but they go from either letting anyone migrate, even if they're terrorists, even if they're criminals, otherwise you're a racist. So they just went all the way to the left to the extreme, and now we're all about to pay the consequences for this. So the Biden...
you paying the consequences is the recompense from the Lord that we just read in Jeremiah 51.
Harris administration's disastrous exit from Afghanistan gave rise to Al-Qaeda's global jihad. And one wonders if these alleged terrorist cells operating within the US would soon be active had Kamala Harris won the presidential election. Well, I think it's sort of too late. It doesn't matter who's in charge.
That's what we've been saying. It doesn't matter who's in charge.
Getting activated now. So could the Bourbon Street massacre be Al-Qaeda's opening act of coordinated attack on homeland described by Sarah, or are the public preemptive warnings and attempts to fearmonger more aggressive domestic surveillance and ensure funding is maintained under Doge? Well, I think either way, it is very, very bad and very, very alarming, everyone. So you need to be hyper vigilant. I won't be going to any big, huge events until things calm down.
So look, first of all, shit ain't calming down, stupid. All right? And this is what the apostles first, not even me, the apostles been saying this, man, through the Spirit. So I hopefully it don't have to take an Edomite to tell you. You shouldn't be going to no fucking big events, bro. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. How you gonna say, oh yeah, the hopeful year of our deliverance and the destruction and judgment on Esau? What do you think the destruction and judgment on Esau gonna consist of? A lot of perilous times, man. You know? It's about to get real. Dale Holyfield.
Again, there is 1,000 Al-Qaeda fighters in the US. They've left.
All right, that's it, man. Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect. Call Lawyer Bashina Shah, Shabbat Shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.